So this was the final 3-hour episode of SmackDown for the foreseeable future. This was also the go-home episode of SmackDown for tomorrow night's King of the Ring Night of Champions PLE. And how kind of ironic that with this being the final 3-hour episode of SmackDown and with this being the go-home episode of SmackDown coming from Saudi Arabia, how technically fucked this entire show was from top to bottom. Because we started off with Cody Rhodes. He came out, he got a massive reception here. He was about to speak, much like last week when he got interrupted, only this time by Randy Orton. Randy Orton came out there and was about to, I guess, this promo was about to kick off. This promo was about to get good, was starting to get good, when all of a sudden, for you and me and for everybody watching at home, the screen glitches, and come to find out that it's not just a me problem, it's not just a Netflix problem, it's almost like a worldwide issue in which this whole feed, this whole system just went out for the better part of 30 minutes. And you're just kind of sitting there watching this whole we'll be back whole waiting music that Netflix plays out during the commercial breaks. So in a sense, we had a 30-minute commercial break due to technical difficulties, whether it was Saudi Arabia, whether it was Netflix, whether it was WWE. Something was going on behind the scenes that caused a 30-minute fucking tape delay or whatever it may be. And I'm really curious to see as to what they're going to show on USA Network later on, because I don't know what they're going to show, because that whole Cody and Randy Orton segment, I don't know whether or not they actually taped it, if it's just lost at this point, which kind of leaves me scratching my head as to what they're going to show later on. But eventually we came back, and we came back to the most exciting match of all time, that being JC Mateo against Jimmy Uso for the 7th time or whatever it may be. And I guess kind of just to run down the card following that, not much of an exciting show here tonight, to be honest. There were two things that I actually did enjoy, one being the tag team match that was between Rey Fenix and Andrade against DIY. We also had a tag team match between Street Profits and Wyatt Six, which ended in a disqualification, I guess, which everybody started brawling around ringside, all tag teams. Kind of figured neither team was going to end up losing here against each other, which was kind of just whatever. We have a new women's US champion, that being Julia. I just hope that they can do what they've done for the IC title over for the US title, because that women's US championship is kind of just in the doghouse right now. Like, nobody seems to care about it really. Zelina Vega was kind of just a meh champion when it comes down to it, so I just really hope they bring some sort of prestige into it. We also had a WWE Women's Championship match, that being between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. This was a last woman standing. Last time we got these women in the ring together, it was a pretty good match. This time was kind of the same thing as well. Pretty solid match here between both ladies. Naomi did come out here trying to cash in, but her attempts were unsuccessful. She didn't end up cashing in, and Tiffany ends off, I guess, the feud here between Nia Jax. So hopefully going forward, this is the last time that we see these two women for the foreseeable future. But mainly what I want to talk about here was the final segment here that closed out the show, that being John Cena and CM Punk, their official final last face-to-face. Like I said before, I was kind of wondering whether or not we were even going to get this because of the whole tape delay and the whole fucking technical difficulties that we had. But we did. We got, I guess you could say this was a 10-minute segment or something like that. John Cena came out here to address the crowd, kind of, just his usual stick, the fact that he's the last real champion, the unseen 17 here gracing Saudi Arabia for the final time. He mentioned how John Cena calls himself a winner, how Punk is a loser, and all of a sudden we hear basic thugonomics come on the PA system, and it's CM Punk comes out here looking like the whitest, oldest man in the entire history of the universe. CM Punk comes out here dressed up as John Cena 2004-2003 John Cena, basic thugonomics CM Punk, calls himself Punkonomics. Punk said that since Cena stole his best work last week, Punk will steal John Cena's word life. And obviously Punk hit back with these one-line punch lines back at Cena, calls him, says Cena moves in slow motion, says Cena buries more talent than The Undertaker, calls him washed, calls him a bum, calls him a fraud, calls him an ass kiss, etc, etc. He says that CM Punk is Kendrick while Cena is Drake. Ends off the promo with him standing tall, surrounded by everybody in Saudi Arabia. So I quite frankly enjoyed this. I thought this was pretty funny. I thought this was, meant to do what it was supposed to do, which was kind of just sell you on the fact of tomorrow night. This is the final time that you're going to see these two guys, in the ring together. And I quite frankly enjoyed this. I thought this was what it needed to be between Punk and Cena at the end of the day. And like I said before, I feel like these two guys, they really bring out the best out of each other, whether it's Punk and Cena, whether it's their promos or whether it's their in-ring, matches, whatever it may be. These two guys bring out the best in each other, and I can't wait to see what we get tomorrow night. Obviously, tomorrow night that match is going to kick ass, so I'm right here for it. I'm waiting to see what happens tomorrow night. But let me know what you guys think down below of tonight's SmackDown. Overall, as a whole, what do you think? I guess you could say of the technical difficulties, SmackDown tonight. Let me know what you guys think down below. SmackDown from Saudi Arabia, and until next time, I will see all of you on the next one.